Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading and how Mercury retrograde will be affecting you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? Ooh, goodness. October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. Let me move my camera just a bit so you all can see better. Okay, hope that's better for you guys. All right. Now let's see what your chakra energy will be for this time, where you have to be just a little mindful of the chakra energy during Mercury retrograde, because this is when, communications and everything like that kind of seem to be going haywire just a bit. So these are the chakras that you're going to want to really focus on cleansing, really focus on, meditating on, keeping the energy flowing through your body prosperously and powerfully so that there are no hiccups along the way. All right. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels. Ooh, fantastic. These three just falling right out. Oh, I think it's 4. I'm not sure. Wanting to be heard. That is absolutely brilliant. So we're starting here. Nope, it's 3. Awesome. So we're starting here with self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is really hearing the voice of what you need, of what you want, and of how you're moving forward. It's helping you master yourself. It's kind of like becoming a master craftsman. It takes time, it takes effort. You usually get the terrible jobs to begin with, but then you have a place of authority and prosperity within your life. And this is what you're doing here. It's saying, yeah, we've we've had to fall. We've had to question and seek and, and look deeper. And now there is a sense of coming to a conclusion, of coming to an understanding. So the solar plexus chakra is really going to be speaking to you during this time. But again, because of Mercury retrograde, and we get a little bit muddled with things, or a lot of bit muddled with things, it's saying here, really listen to your gut. Okay? Be mindful of the food that you're taking in, okay, what you are consuming. Be mindful of how you are reacting to things. Gut reactions are going to be intense, but you can find yourself kind of talking yourself out of things like, oh, I'm just overreacting, or, this is just too silly. And it's like, no, listen to your gut reactions. Listen to what your body is telling you it needs, because you're falling into alignment with your purpose on this earth and how you are moving forward. And that is astoundingly powerful, astoundingly powerful. And then we move to relationships. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives are held. And we can find with Mercury retrograde quite easily, and I'm not surprised at all that this came up, that there is a sense of relationships being a bit strained. You could say something some way and another person interprets it quite the other, or it's like you had this conversation and then it almost feels like you never did. And so here with relationships, also with yourself, having that strong basis of relationship with yourself is going to be so powerful. It's like, what do you need from you? And also having this kindness and this understanding with relationships, because things can just be a little bit strained. And with the state of the world and everything that's going on, we don't want more strains on our relationships or on ourselves. We kind of want to make the waters as smooth as possible. So this is also looking at what's holding you back within your sacral chakra from having the relationships that you want with yourself, with others. What negativity are we kind of fostering? Okay, what wound mates are we fostering within our lives that propel the DNA damage that we inherit, the damage that is spoken over us as children, all right, or the damage that we inherit from past life experience. And so here, as we step into our power, as we step into our understanding, it's healing those relationships. It's looking at things a lot more openly and a lot more honestly, Aries, and it's moving forward in determination. And also during this time, you're going to find that you have an astoundingly strong voice. The singing bowl absolutely showed that. A strong, even voice during this time. But force is not going to be the way to deal with things during Mercury retrograde, though you're going to want to. You're going to think, okay, I can just kind of move it forward. Mercury is the messengers. Mercury, is the god of messengers. And I believe Apollo in Greek mythology, became the god Mercury. And so here we are getting messages, but they get jumbled up in the way that we're translating them. So just be mindful. Just be mindful of that, especially with the sacral chakra. That is going to be very, very, very intense. Sexual energy can be very intense during this time too. Also creative energy. And there is a need to harness that energy as you move forward, as you open the doors to what you want, that passion, that creation, that power. And then we have here soul's healing. This is the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above your crown. This is healing. This is blessings. This is beauty coming in. This is a serenity of soul and of self moving forward. And this is saying here that even if at times you don't feel it, divinity is healing you. Your angels are healing you. You are being guided towards more and towards your power of beauty and of understanding. Now, the left-hand side here, this is your inner self. The middle is your emotional self, okay? And the right-hand side is the public arena. So let's see. We have here the Hierophant, the moving forward, okay? Taurus energy, April 20th to May 20th. This is going to be very intense for those of you born on the cusp with Taurus. You can see this energy of moving forward, of discovery, of mastery, really coming forward within your life and really being powerful. Then we have the Queen of, amplifying the Taurus energy, the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? A sense of grounding, a looking at the way that we're planting the seeds of what we want and what we desire within our lives. We then have the Three of Cups, and I see the Three of Cups for everyone. When I read for myself, when I read for anyone, the Three of Cups is the people who were supposed to have protected us, who were supposed to have been there for us in our lives. The hurts, the pains, the disappointments that come up because we have been let down. And it can be perpetuating those wound mates that we have. I love that statement where we are supposed to have soulmates, people who sing to our souls. But a lot of times we find people who perpetuate the wounds, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments that become a part of our lives and who we are. And so here it's walking away from that power that they have over us. And also seeing here, Aries, the people who truly stand by your side, the people who are truly there for you. And you might say, Dane, I don't have somebody like that in my life. Then it's building that connection with divinity. It's building that connection with your angels and your spirit guides, having conversation, having prayer, if that's the way you want to interpret that conversation, with the spiritual factors and with the spiritual energy that is around you, because you have the Fool right here. You're starting a new journey, and some might think it's foolish, and that's fine. That's their opinion. This is your life. And remember, every single hero's journey, every single thing that becomes successful and bountiful is considered foolish before people start to succeed, because they go outside the norm of what everybody expects. And then we have the Page of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. All right, this is being a student of the heart. Now, Mercury retrograde does go into the Scorpio time frame. So here it can be during that time frame that a lot of lessons kind of come your way. You're seeing things a lot differently, you're claiming a power a bit more intensely, but you're also learning what your heart wants. And it doesn't have to be regulated to that time frame, though it can very well be. But there's a sense of the heart really opening up here and being a student and finding inspiration from the most unlikely of places. All right. Then we have here Temperance. Okay. This is a Sagittarius energy, a time frame of November 22nd to December 21st. This is balance coming in, even though at times you might feel that the waters, the emotions are a bit overwhelming. Then we have the Lovers, which is a Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. Love, honor, understanding of what it is that you want. A sense that you might think, oh, I'm flitzing, I'm not staying rather consistent with things. I'm going from one thing to another to another. Mercury does give us messages, and it can muddy those messages a bit, but you're going to find the messages of what you love really do propel you forward, kind of like a bee pollinating different flowers and gathering that honey. So you are going to be quite surprised. And then we have the Ace of Swords. I love that you have such powerful heart cards here, because the Ace of Swords is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge as you begin this journey. You're cutting through doubts and fears. And I don't have you taking it quite yet, but it's definitely permeating everything. We have the Ten of Wands. You're letting go of a lot of the weight that you carry upon your shoulders. In the public arena, Aries, you're looking at things and saying, you know what, no, that's just not how it's going to be. I'm not suffocating myself anymore. I'm not, feeling as if I trip, I'm so close to the ground, I'm just going to face plant onto it and release everything that I have worked for. It's like, no, you're releasing that weight from your shoulders. And as you do so, you have the Two of Swords right here. The world starts opening up to you in a way that you hadn't considered. You thought there were two paths. And during this Mercury retrograde, because it is showing you a power of what you want and desire, it has you looking at things quite differently than before. And then you have the King of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? So you're definitely taking this gift of the swords, okay? You're taking it in a kingly manner, and here he's slaying a dragon. So you're slaying in the public arena what has caused you fear and what has held you back. Now it's very interesting because Mercury retrograde starts in the Libra timeframe, ends in the Scorpio timeframe. So you have these two timeframes coming forward for you. And this timeframe, it is going to be, cutting through those doubts and fears, knowing where it is that you stand and what it is that you stand for, being a king and being a student, being a king of the mind and a student of the heart. And that's really quite beautiful. And then it has you moving forward as the Knight of Coins. And this is moving forward slowly and steadily within your passion, within what you desire, and within what you need. Now let's see the people who are going to aid you during this time and the energies. Who are the people who will aid Aries during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who are the people who will aid Aries during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. These three. Ooh, and just there's such a tingling in my hands right now as I'm doing this. So, it's the energy coming in and it's the energy going out that is going to be very important. You can also find yourself being very expressive during this time, and kind of, as I talk with my hands, you will find that sense of expression, that sense of needing something more to add in to the depth of what you are communicating. You can also find being highly creative. Doing things with your hands is going to be a real outlet for that creative energy that is flowing through you. So we have here the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. This Scorpio energy, okay, is going to be really quite intense, and it is the end of, the ending part, of course, of the retrograde. But there is also a sense of a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. This is an energy that really helps you connect with a transformation. And it doesn't have to be very, very big. It can be astoundingly small. But on your life path, in what you have to, kind of overcome and achieve to be able to walk forward and to be able to live your truth, it is astounding. It's kind of like, okay, so Aries, when you lump sum everybody together in Aries, you guys are very good for standing up for yourselves. But some, you might find this quivering. It's kind of like, oh, I'm supposed to be really good at standing up for myself, but I always get really nervous, or I don't seem to articulate myself the way that I want to. And you can find that you're passing that hurdle during this time. It has something to do with the clarity of your voice, with the transformation of what it is that you desire. It can be that you are looking at things one way, and now all of a sudden you're looking at things so much differently and so much more powerfully for you. Remember, each time we wake up, it is a transformative time. Each day is a new way to move forward, a new passion set before us. So that Scorpio energy is really quite beautiful. And it leads you then to the Hierophant, to the Taurus energy, which we have crowning you here in your inner self. Again, this is a time frame, April 20th to May 20th. This is a person who is determined, dedicated, and a bit stubborn. Just as this energy, and I see this more as an energy, it can very well be a Scorpio. And you don't have to know these people are Scorpios. It's the way they come into our lives, what they make us see, what they make us understand. And for you, with the Death card energy around you, this is a transformative energy. Just like with the Hierophant, this is a power energy. This is a grounded in the power of our truth. This is looking at what is important to us. So here, with this person, this Taurian, this person can have you really start to look at what's important to you. What is it that you value? What is it that you need? What is it that you want? How is it that you're supposed to be moving forward? And as it states these facts and these purposes, you start to see yourself opening up in a very real way, but also grounding yourself. This is going to be a time where I'm just seeing like a storm raging, right? And it doesn't have to be too much of a storm. But it can just be that wind hits the tree, this old crickety tree the right way, or the tree that looks just fine, but the roots have been eroded, okay? And it falls. There is something here that it is falling in order to make way for something new, for something more powerful, and for something more honestly and truthfully you. It then moves you to the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, also the time frame of Libra coming forward. Princess in the Druid Craft deck is the same as the Page. So that's really quite interesting that you have that repetitive knowledge here. Okay. Oh, this is with the Queen. Okay, so that makes sense too. So you have the student, and you have the master, and you have the student, and you have the ruler here. So this is the highest form of perfection. okay, when we have the major arcana come forward. All right, that's what Spirit was saying. All right, there we go. So you're cutting through doubts and fears. You're standing for your truth and what it is that you desire. And this person has a youthful energy to them. They can be young, or they can just be youthful, and they cut through the doubts and the fears. They state a truth that needs to be stated, and they help you see a power that you need to embrace during this time. And it's going to be moving you forward in a way that really has you sitting there and saying, what is the truth for me? How is it that I want to move forward? What is it that the proverbial, hounds of my life are on the scent of, or have the scent of? What am I ignoring? Okay? Because Aries, during this Mercury retrograde, and you're going to kind of, and have a tendency, because Aries, of course, is the god of war in Greek mythology. So here you're going to think, okay, just need to conquer it. But you have messengers coming, okay, because Mercury is the messenger. So it is that messages get muddled, and you do not want a war to start because of them, right? So here it is looking at your truth. It is looking at what grounds you. It's looking at what is the most important thing and what are the most important things for you as you're moving forward, as your eyes are being opened. What is it that you're moving towards? All right, because the Hierophant, as we look at things, the Hierophant is the King of Kings, right? Back in the day, the Pope, who is represented in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he could tell kings what to do. And so here, it is having the authentic truth of your soul, the connection between you and divinity, being able to tell, the most stubborn sides of you how to move forward, and having a respect to listen to that side. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, that's so silly. Oh my gosh, I'm just being. It's like, no, what are the roots of you? What is the power of you? And how is that coming forward? And how is that transmutating who you are to who you want to be and who you need to be within this journey? There are a lot of questions that will be coming up during this time. And what I'm seeing here is that Spirit is saying, follow the North Star, follow your truth, be guided by your instinctual understanding, and don't think that it needs to be something so much more intense than what it actually is, right? There is a power here to you, and there is a beauty to you that is really coming out during this time. And it's having you grounded to what is prosperous for you. Now, you are going to be, it can be that you're meeting up with people or you're talking with people that make you doubt yourself. Most definitely, that can be the case. Or they're on your mind. You're moving forward and you're saying, this is my prosperity. This is who I am. This is my queenly wealth and bounty. And I am not going to shrink away ever again. And then this negativity comes forward and says, well, who the heck do you think you are, Aries? Do you not remember when you failed? Do you not remember when you stumbled? Do you really believe you're good enough? That type of energy that was spoken over us. It could be when we were little, from a parent, from a teacher, from a friend. It could be when we were impressionable and teenagers from, a partner that, or the love of our life that we thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to love somebody quite like that again. And they hurt us in the way that they were vicious with their words or vicious with their actions. And here it's those doubts and those fears coming up. And they're having a say over how prosperous you see yourself. And it's like, no more. And instead of putting these shadow emotions, the darker side of human nature, okay, but the important side also of human nature. Because if you had a person without a shadow, it would be weird. It just would be. So here, it is looking at the unsavory side of life and also the savory side of life and saying, I am facing this because I am prosperous. And you're claiming that prosperity within yourself during this time, Aries. And you will not be held back. You will not be kept silent. I mean, that's not you to begin with. And that is something that even if you were kept silent or you were made to feel like, this wasn't supposed to be your path, like you just weren't good enough for it, that is something that internally you will rage against. And this is something here where you're fighting it out. You really are. It's not just finding it out. You're fighting it out with your soul, with yourself, to say, I'm a warrior of spirit. I am this passion of soul. I will not be kept down and I will not be kept back. And then you're starting to see and really value, because we tend to take people who stand by us for granted. You're seeing the people who stand by you, the people who are consistently there. Yes, they might be pains in the tushes at times, as we all are, but they're still there. And again, if there's nobody there that you can say, okay, that's the person, it's your angels and your spirit guides. It's that sense of divine spirit around you saying, I have you. I'm wrapping you in my wings, and I am helping you to move forward to something so much more than you expected. And it's being open to that knowledge, open to that soul, because once you see this, you start moving forward in a direction that you just hadn't anticipated. This is the Fool. The Fool is the beginning. And the beginning is always foolish. You know, we sit there and we look at things and just think, like, you know, if we looked at a child, this is what Spirit is showing me right now. If we looked at a child and we told the person, you know, this person will grow up to be one of the mightiest, you know, predators on the land. And you look at a baby, a newborn baby especially, and you sit there and you're like, okay, that's never going to happen. And yet, that baby can grows into a person, a full adult, and that is astounding. And so here, there are doubts. It's like you look at it, and what you see first is not going to be the end result. It's going to be the doubt. It's going to be the, are you kidding me type of thing. And you're moving forward towards your truth, towards why you are here. And remember, every single journey that is started is considered foolish. It is. It's considered foolish. Every single journey before you are successful. And success does not have to be Rockefeller's success. It doesn't have to be millions or billions of dollars. It can be contentment within the life that you are living, within the love that you are sharing, within the way that you are moving forward and the energy that you are bringing to the world. It doesn't have to be shocking. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, everybody gets to be jealous of it because nobody gets to be quite as wealthy. You know, we view success mostly in this world in the terms of wealth. And Spirit is saying, you know what? A lot of times that is the least thing that Spirit is worried about. Now, to make it clear to Spirit, you know, I need financial security to be able to move forward. That's one thing. That is one thing. But saying I need more and more and more is actually proven, which I find just so lovely to be able to know, is that once you are able to pay your bills, once you are able to, you know, make sure that you are safe, your personal happiness, whatever that baseline happiness is, does not increase the more that you have. The more money you have, the more things you have, it doesn't increase. Sometimes it actually decreases. And so here, as you start your journey, look at your baseline for what it is that you want. Look at your happiness, look at what you desire from life, and say, I am on this journey. And it will take me places that I don't expect, because Spirit takes the wheel and kind of moves us forward in quite a astounding way. And as you move forward, you're guided towards something so much more. And it moves you here to being a student of your heart. Okay, it moves you to the Page of Cups. This is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is being a student of what your heart wants, of what you need. This is finding inspiration in the most unlikely of places. This is listening to yourself. Instead of sitting there and thinking, oh, I know it all. It's like, no, listen to your heart. Why is that important? I believe that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we have to listen to our hearts, because we can have things that everybody says to us, oh, aren't you just so lucky? Aren't you just so beyond the realms of blessed? But if your heart is saying, no, I'm not, I'm miserable, you have to listen to it. And not what everybody else is telling you you should be, or you should want, or what should make you happy. And so here, as you are a student of your heart, you're finding this fish right here, and he's looking down, and it's the oddest inspiration, but it is the most beautiful truth, right? There's going to be something here, very, very small, that touches your heart, that opens your eyes, that moves you forward in a way that you hadn't expected. And it brings in balance. But at first, you can be overwhelmed by emotion. It brings in balance. It brings in understanding. This is the Temperance card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Well, this is Temperance anyway. So in the Major Arcana, there we go. That's what I was supposed to say. And it's a time frame from November 22nd to December 21st. And it is saying here that as balance comes, there can be an overwhelming sense of emotions and what we desire and questioning and, doubting and fearing and looking at where it is that we want to be and sitting there and saying, well, how? How? But it's going to be from the littlest of things. It's going to be from thinking outside of the box that you start to see and claiming your prosperity, okay? Claiming this queenly prosperity, that you start to see the chaos of emotions, okay? Being kind of shoved into the deep, moving back, and a sense of balance coming forward, a sense of harmony bringing you to what it is that you love. And what's really interesting is that, Sagittarian and Gemini, they are sister signs. So here you have this sense of diving deeper, of learning more, of balancing the emotions with the questions, with the passions, with the fire that burns bright. And then you have the air calming the flames at times, but also building them. Because as you find that balance and as you see what it is that you love, you move more truly and more honestly towards it. This energy right here can, with the Sagittarius energy, can be like, listen, I need time alone. I need to dive deeper into this. I need quiet. The Gemini energy can be like, oh my gosh, let me talk about this. Let me, bounce this off of people. Let me see this more. And you might find these two energies really quite conflicting, especially with the Gemini energy coming in and things getting a little tongue-tied, things not moving as smoothly as you would like them to. So here, you have to be very mindful of the Gemini pitfall. And the Gemini pitfall is wanting everybody else's approval and sitting there and saying, oh, I'll wait till everybody's happy, everybody can see it. And that's going to be something where you need to say, no, I need to wait till either those who stand by me approve, but I also need to move forward in what I love, what I desire, and what my heart needs in order for me to move forward, in order for me to move past the doubts and the fears and the negativity that has been holding me back and keeping me silent. And as you do this, you embrace what you love. You embrace what your heart desires. You move forward in passion and you move forward in creativity. You move forward towards more in your relationships, in your relationship with yourself, in what you desire from life and where it is that you want to be. And it leads you to the Ace of Swords, okay? Which is very interesting because Gemini, of course, is an air sign energy. Air sign energies are represented by swords. So this is then God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, of cutting through doubts and fears, of knowing where it is that you stand and what it is that you stand for, what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. It's moving forward on this journey and also being able to kind of clear your way as you forge a new path, a path that isn't always walked by everybody else. That's why you need to kind of cut back the bush, and move yourself forward. And this is also saying here that you're looking at things differently. You're seeing a greater understanding. You're having greater knowledge come your way. Kind of there is this sense of grounding and stabilizing and centering that is really powerful and really quite amazing for you during this time. And it cuts through the doubts and the fears. It moves you forward in this passionate, beautiful energy that inspires you to keep on going, that says, you know what, just let's keep on the trail of where I need to be for my soul and for myself. And as you do so, the 10 of Wands comes in the public arena. And as your heart is becoming more sure of yourself and really gaining this sense of understanding and passion and desire, you're going to see in the public arena, you're not really into carrying everybody's nonsense. You're just not. Because Aries, as such a strong and powerful individual, you tend to take the responsibilities from others and say, okay, well, I can do this. And, oh, okay, you're struggling with this. Well, I'll just put it on my back. It'll be another burden, but it's okay. I can keep on going. And what you're going to see here is that there needs to be a release. There needs to be a release, a grounding, a centering, a sense of this is what I want for my life. This is what I need. And not being so overwhelmed by everybody and everything else. This is also looking at all the burdens that we carry as individuals, all the dreams that we have, all the desires that we have. And we sit there and we say, one day I'll put this all down and I'll start creating the life that I want. One day when everything is better, everything is safer, everything is more prosperous, I will start looking at me. And in the public arena, you are going to find that you can't swallow your truth anymore. You're not going to be able to sit there and with any kind of comfort or, truth of self. Say, I get to put me last. Aries, this is a time where you put down what you have been carrying and you come to an end of a cycle with what is the most passionate and most beautiful things for you in your life, with the way that you want to move forward, with the beauty that you are embracing. And it does. You have 0 to 1 right here. It moves you to being a knight, a defender of where you want to be on this earthly plane. You move forward slowly and steadily, yes, but truthfully and honestly and powerfully for yourself. And you're seeing the world open up. You're seeing, okay, so this is the Two of Swords. So you usually have a person blindfolded with 2 swords being held in their hands. And this is a person here, this is a little baby, flying a kite. You're going to be seeing how things can change, how the air, how the blessings, how the words can change things. And I do apologize if you have good ears and you can hear my nephew in the background. He is an Aries and he likes to make himself known during these readings. So here, there is this sense of discovery. There is this sense of seeing a new path. It's kind of like seeing a new way that you can fly forward, a new way that you can embrace your life, your truth, and yourself. It's like an opening of a door and an embracing of a power. And as you do this, you embrace you. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I could fly that way. I didn't think that that door was ever going to be open to me. And Spirit is saying now, yeah, it really is. Because in the public arena, you have the King of Swords. I mean, here it is man and the dragon behind. You're slaying the dragon. Right? And what is the dragon? The dragon is the big, powerful beast that hoards away all that we hold the most dear and says, it's mine. We're slaying that terror. We're slaying that fear that I cannot move forward in bounty because it belongs to something else, something more terrible than I could ever fight. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're knowing where it is that you stand. At times, yes, you feel stuck because the kings feel more stuck than the queens can. There's just this sense of feeling rooted when you want to kind of go and hunt and discover. But that is okay because life comes with responsibilities. And I am a firm believer that responsibilities forge us. They make us, And so here, you are cutting through what has held you back. This is also the warrior king. You're embracing your warrior nature. And you're taking your mind during this time, which is your most valuable weapon. Okay, our ability to kind of set traps is what sets us apart from other animals, most definitely. And it is here that as you look at the trap that is set within your mind, of the doubts and the fears that were spoken over you, the way that you were made to feel like you couldn't move forward in prosperity and success, that just wasn't part of your bountiful, truthful self. And then you move towards what you love. And it's like, no, this is me. And this is who I get to be. And you slay that dragon of negativity. You slay that dragon of fear and doubt and kind of degradation of your soul and your spirit. And you say, this is who I am. This is who I am. I am a warrior, I am a fighter, and I am a winner. And it moves you to slowly and steadily moving forward in your passion, in your prosperity, in the seeds that you are planting, and in what you desire. During this time, your voice is astoundingly important. I mean, our voice is always important, but sometimes we can sit in silence just a little bit more easily than in other times. Because of Mercury retrograde, the words can get a bit jumbled. Things can become a bit more negative than we want them to be. Okay? Playing to that negativity that we have as a part of us, because we remember the negative so much more easily than we remember the positive. But it's staying true to the grounded prosperity of you. It's staying true to what is the most important thing. And it's finding the balance amidst the emotions here, because emotions rage forward. They do. They're really high in intensity for you during this time. So let's go deeper. Yeah, let's go deeper. Aries. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. And then you get a whole extra bonus row right here. Awesome. And now let's see here the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Aries is to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who are the people that Aries is to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, fantastic. 4. So we're starting here with the Princess of Fire. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be somebody who is astoundingly passionate, very fiery, kind of has a hot temper, okay? Has a bit of a temper to them. Has a way that they see things, but kind of can fly off the handle rather easily. This is going to be somebody as a fire sign energy, and you yourself, of course, are a fire sign energy that you can relate to rather easily, but they always take things just a step too far. A step too seriously, a step too dramatically. It's actually going to be more the case because they are this younger energy. And it doesn't mean that they have to be young themselves. They could just be a very young soul here on this earth. And so they take things kind of to the extreme very quickly. Be mindful of this because they're going to have a way of communicating their pain in a way that really, really speaks to you. And you think, oh, okay, you know, this needs to be something that I'm going to take on because you have that 10 of Wands energy here. And it's like, no, this cannot be, you cannot take on one more thing and make it your burden. This person has to live their truth, has to kind of stumble a little bit. It's not letting them, you know, it's not being cruel to somebody, but it's saying, okay, I need to move forward for me. I need to move forward in this passion, in this power, in this brilliance, in this understanding. I will not be caught up in more chaos. Because the world right now will catch you up in every single bit of chaos and make it seem like, you know, this is where you're supposed to be. And it robs you of your truth. It robs you of your voice during this time. Then you have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who is very grounded, okay? Very kind of show me the facts, show me how things connect, you know, and let's move this together. This is going to be a person who isn't really understanding how you speak through the heart during this time. Now, if this person is a Taurus, you have very positive Taurus energy within the reading here. This is going to be somebody who is a negative Taurus for you. So just a little bit too mulish, a little bit too, you know, determined to get things the way that they want things. So just be mindful of this, Aries, as you're moving forward, because there is going to be this kind of authority figure, this kind of person who really, yeah, and they're right under, oh, okay, that's why, right under Taurus here, who really kind of knows what they're saying, but doesn't have the heart to encapsulate, or at this time doesn't have the wherewithal to encapsulate what you are going through and hearing the messages that you have to say. Then we have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person who is going to be more mature, of course, than the Princess of Wands, but has the same energy of kind of blowing things out of proportion, of, you know, being a bit too fiery, too quick to act, too intense. And because this energy sings to your energy as a fire sign, you can easily get caught up in the blaze of it all. And this is not the way your fire is burning. This is going to be towards a truth that is much more instant gratification, which, I mean, is fun, right? But doesn't have that long-term building, you know, prosperity that you want. The fire sign energy here is burning too bright, too fast, and the earth sign energy here is being too stubborn. It's kind of like it's hitting bedrock, and it's like, I can't go any deeper, I won't go any deeper, and it won't look at a way around the situation. And then we have the King of Cups, okay? So this is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is a person who is only seeing their world, only seeing themselves. The King of Cups is a king on a rock in the middle of the water, right in the Rider-Waite Smith deck. Here, he has the land right behind him. But this is a person who is seeing his emotions very, very easily, seeing what he is going through very, very easily. They don't have to identify as male. It could be whomever, but they only see what they are going through. And their emotions are running so deep. They are just kind of like, oh my gosh, it's too much. It's too much and they're too selfish. So just be aware of that. And they speak with authority because they are a king, but it's not a truth that you need to hear or even want to hear. Let's go deeper here. We have the Six of Swords, and moving forward, taking your knowledge. You have the Five of Swords. Oh, interesting. So this is karmic right here. So you have the Six of Swords. You're moving forward over with, like, as you listen to your truth, as you embrace your power. And here, the negativity that was spoken over you is karmic. To be able to stand in your voice is one of the karmic lessons that you have during this time, especially around energy that is muddling it up. It brings you the Page of Wands. It brings you a student of the journey that you are on and the truth that you stand for. And then it leads you here to Scorpio energy, right over being the Page of Cups. The Scorpio energy comes through very powerfully. I believe Spirit said this before for you, very powerfully. And it is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the transformation as you find your balance. And emotions do run deep during this time. It brings you to the Queen of Cups over the Lovers. It's like love is really a guiding force of your heart. You know, your heart is saying, this is what I love. It's your heart and your mind coming together, working together, seeing what it is that you truly desire. Yeah, and then you have the Queen of Wands right here. You are embracing and taking this knowledge and understanding and really utilizing your queenliness. You're rolling up your sleeves, Aries. You're looking at what it is that you desire. There's a quiet, calm approach to you during this time, even though there's a fierce and powerful way that you embrace your warrior spirit. And as you do so, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you end with the Knight of Pentacles in the public arena, and now you begin with the Knight of Pentacles. You slowly and steadily move forward to your prosperity as you look at different paths. Okay, you have the Five of Cups with the dragons being slayed, with the King of Swords. You're cutting through doubts and you're cutting through fears. You're changing your mind. You're changing your whole entire life. You're changing the way that you're seeing things. And as you do so, the Three of Pentacles has your hard work moving you on a different path than you had expected, and you are now defending that path. Your bonus cards are the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you still have vampiric energy around prosperity and success and the seeds that you are planting on this earthly plane, but you have the Queen of Pentacles coming through again. There's a success that is around you. This is also earth sign energy, of course, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could have a earth sign energy that is kind of jinxing you around money, but it doesn't have to be an earth sign energy. It could be somebody who came from a place of lack when it comes to money, and you want to come from a place of royalty, from a place of endless prosperity when it comes to money. And you're working hard to get there, and you've overcome doubts and you've overcome fears, and you've worked your tush off to be able to have the prosperity that you want. But the negativity that was spoken over you is still going to make you doubt yourself as you're moving forward. So be mindful for that. But you're gathering your knowledge, and you are moving to a new path of being during this time. It's the knowledge and the heart are coming together, and it's the determination to have the life that you want during this retrograde, but during your existence, to not sit there and have the shouldas, coulda, wouldas, just overcome everything. It's like, no, this is my path and this is where I stand. As you do so, it's karmic. It's karmic to not let their doubts and their fears overwhelm you and become your doubts and your fears. All right. So here, when you have the Five of Swords, it's like, yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, it is a battle that others might say, well, why are you fighting it? It's no big deal. Or they might not see the strength that it took you to have your voice in this moment, to stand up for yourself. But it is astounding, and it moves you to being a student of your passion, of your desire, of the way that you want to move forward as you are embracing a new path. Transformation is huge for you. The transformation to balance, the transformation to a new dawn, a new day, a resurrection of soul and of self as you move forward brings you to what you love. But your heart and your mind have to talk to each other. They have to. Because if we are purely emotional, we can become a bit too intense, a bit too much, right? And if we are purely logical, we can be a bit too intense in the other way. It all has to be fact. And what you're seeing in the people to be mindful of is they're going to be playing to this sense that you have of the extremes of the heart and the mind, of one saying, no, I want to rule, and the other saying, no, I want to rule. And you saying, there has to be a balance between. My heart and my mind have to talk to each other. Logically, what is it that I want? Emotionally, what is it that I want? And how do I move forward to achieve this success within my life? And how do I balance this success for me? How do I take that deep breath in, centering myself and looking at me, not looking at impressing the rest of the world, not looking at anything else, but looking at me and saying, where does this healing light lie within me? Where does this truth come from? And how do I stabilize myself to move forward within it? And it moves us to the Queen of Wands. It moves you to taking this gift of knowledge, okay? So your heart takes a gift of knowledge, so they come together most beautifully. And it lets you embrace yourself as a queen. Now, for me, the queens are the directors behind the scenes. They aren't as stuck as the kings are with the way people see them. And so here, there is this bit more of a freedom of movement. There is this sense of embracing your power, of embracing your truth, of knowing where it is that you stand and what it is that you stand for. There's a gentleness to your heart during this time that you really want to embrace. If you shatter it, if you sit there and say this gentleness is weakness, okay, you're going to be shattering a very crucial part of yourself during this Mercury retrograde, during this time where things can seem to go topsy-turvy, for you to be able to embrace your passion and your love, for you to do so with kindness and dignity for yourself. That is going to be your everything, and that is going to be something that really has transformed you. It's not being cruel, it's not being mean, but it's saying, this is my truth and this is my worth. I'm a queen and nobody gets the boss around a queen, right? And so you embrace your passion, you roll up your sleeves, because the Queen of Wands is not afraid of getting her hands dirty. You are not afraid of being in the middle of it all. And you move forward slowly and steadily towards your prosperity as you see roads open up to you that you hadn't expected. And as you see yourself letting go of burdens that you might not know that you were carrying. And as you do so, you change your mind, you change your life. You change what you are seeing and what you are focusing on, because you're slaying the dragons. And it's not going back to sitting there and saying the negativity that was spoken over me was the truth. It's saying, this is my truth. This is my healing power. This is my force and my prosperity that I am moving forward in loving, healing, understanding. And it moves you to the Three of Pentacles. And here, the Three of Pentacles really are making a path that your angels are walking, making a path that you are walking with your angels in the sound of your truth, in the music, and in the harmony of your being. And that's what you've been working towards. And that's what you're slowly and steadily, building a solid foundation around. And then we have here the Four of Pentacles. The extra line that Spirit wanted you to go deeper with is that you have negative energy around you when it comes to prosperity. Now, it can be wealth or something you value as much as money. There is something here that makes you think you're not worthy of it. Makes you think that you have to hold on to everything that you have as if, it'll never come again. And I feel like it's a fight. I'm just seeing kind of, it's kind of like a starved dog energy, a starved dog energy. And it's like, that's not it. That's not you. That is not you. And so here, it's looking at your prosperity. It's looking at what it is that you want. And it's seeing that energy of lack. And it doesn't have to be around money. It could be around anything. Okay, but it will usually be one of the first things. It will be one of the first things to come to your head, where it's like, oh, okay, that is what I need. That is what I want. That is what I think there's not enough of. And seeing that there is. It's not burying away your gifts. it's utilizing them and it's using them. And it's cutting through doubts and fears. And this time, Spirit is saying, instead of cutting away golden light, which is what I usually see, as a dealing with the Four of Pentacles, it's picturing, visualizing for a moment, just yourself sitting back and see your angels kind of, just become one with you. And that warrior aspect of the angels, it's kind of like that guarding, that protecting aspect now becomes a part of you. And it burns away the doubts, the fears, the negativity to move us forward in a greater sense of positivity and power and brilliance and truth. And that I'm seeing as being a very powerful thing for you, Aries, during this time. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now you have 3 queens as we dive deeper. So you are definitely divinely being told, you are a queen during this time. You're embracing this, sacred feminine energy. You have the repeat of the number 5, which is showing that, that this is a time of embracing freedom. This is also a time of things being resolved more easily than you had expected. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but you could have thought, oh my gosh, this is never going to happen. And then it does. The Queen of Pentacles, nurturing that prosperity. You have the Queen of Pentacles in the main part of your reading, and now as we go more deeply. So this is prosperity that is being nurtured. This is, truth. This is power. This is the seeds that you are planting. These are the seeds that you are planting, being cared for and being well looked after. And that is what you're doing during this time, because you're moving from this place of having to fight for the wealth to come in to a place of knowing that this is part of your birthright, knowing that this is part of the reason why you're on this earth, to have prosperity be a part of you, and you be a part of prosperity, be it wealth or something you value as much as money. And that's something that you've worked hard for, that you've, endured scars for and doubted and fought for, and your hard work pays off. Let's see what your spirit animal message is for this time. How will Aries be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Aries, Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Aries, Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. Oh, one more. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start off here with the hummingbird spirit. It says, be here now. During this time, you're going to be very inclined to live in the past or live in the future. Be in the present. Be here now. See what it is that you are gathering. See the beauty that is around you. And don't get caught up in the manipulation of powers, because there is going to be a manipulation of powers here that if you are present, okay, if you are standing in your truth, will not be able to kind of sway you, okay, knock you down, make you doubt yourself as easily if you were focusing on everything else but you. Then we have the cow spirit, which I love. The miracles are endless. The miracles that are awaiting you are endless. Okay, there's a power, there's a beauty, there is a truth for you and to you. And the thing with miracles is that we expect miracles to be huge. We want them to be like fireworks in the sky and for everybody to ooh and ah over us. We were just like that all the time, actually. But miracles can be very private, very quiet things. It can be, a very small, beautiful, something that touches your heart. It's like there is a miracle that is crowning you during this time. And there are many miracles that will come your way and walk with you. It's being able to see them. It's being able to feel them. And it's having yourself open to them. Instead of saying, oh, it has to be something grand. Think of it as a lover. If you have a lover who's only able to, show their love for you in grand gestures when everybody is watching, do they really love you, or do they love the attention it brings them? If the miracle is huge and everybody looks at it, and it's like, oh, wow. That miracle is great, right? It is. But it's also the small ones. It's like the lover who remembers to give you, to make you a cup of tea, who, does the little things for you that add up and add up, than the person who does the big thing and never, ever does anything little, never, ever shows that they're listening, shows that they care. And that's the type of miracle that's coming. It's the small little miracles that make you feel loved, that make you feel honored, that make you feel cared for. And it moves you then to the Dolphin Spirit. Okay? This and that are true. This love and that love are true. This passion and that passion are true. But you need the one that brings you peace and that makes you feel comfortable and honored within yourself. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the canary spirit. Sing your own song. Let your voice come out loud and proud as you sing your truth and as you move forward in your passion. And it brings you to your subconscious people message, which is the King of Wands. You yourself coming forward as a king. Passionate, determined, fiery. You have the queenly energy here, so there is that more behind the scenes. But in your subconscious self, you are a conqueror and you are a king. Okay? You are not afraid to get into the middle of anything. You are stubborn. Okay? So be mindful of that. You are determined. Okay? Just as queens are stubborn, of course. But you are determined and you are ready to roll up your sleeves and really get in the middle of the action and really move yourself forward. So that is the energy that is around you. You might actually need to kind of pull that back just a bit, rein it in, because there is a sense here of embracing a softness, of embracing a gentleness, but also there's a fierceness to your spirit. And that fierceness has you slaying the dragons. So you don't want to dial back on that too much, but it's kind of like know when to bring that ferocity to the table and knowing when to kind of let it come back. That's the mastery of yourself that we're seeing here. And that's the relationship with the dual aspects of you, the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine, that you are bringing forward and really letting, shine brightly within yourself. Your subconscious chakra message is play. I love it that you have the repeat of the dolphins here, is play. The heart chakra, letting play and joy and harmony and brilliance into your life. Not taking everything so seriously during this time, because you're going to want to. But making sure that you take time to laugh and to enjoy and to play, to be happy and to be free within you. This then moves you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Four of Cups. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift. It's a gift that you don't expect. It's one that isn't wrapped the prettiest, but it is one that seems rather plain at first, but it's absolutely and beyond the realms of breathtaking. And to go deeper to that subconscious message, is the King of Pentacles. So now you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles from the same suit, from the same deck here. And that's a soulmate connection to your prosperity. This is a time where, yes, it's a Mercury retrograde. It's a bumpier road. It's much more intense than we would like. And it's been a time that's been much more intense than we would like. But there's a connection to prosperity. There's a connection to bounty. There's a connection to abundance, to the seeds that are planting and the way that you nourish this garden that are really quite beautifully intense for you and are looking at a bigger picture than you had expected. Yeah, very powerful also earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have this in your chart, this is really coming to the forefront, okay, of your personality during this time. All right, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we walk forward, facing this retrograde with peace and love within our hearts, power and determination within our souls, centering ourselves on our truth and our dream and the light within our lives. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries.